Hi everyone. Wow. So today is essentially gonna be the last one before furniture. So it's not like 100% there yet, but we're close enough to show you, well, since the last video, massive transformation. I'm gonna look forward to showing you that and tell you about what's been going on, because there's been a lot to catch up on. Yeah, people keep walking past and this is, oh, I hope no one sees me, because that's really awkward. I know you can kind of see what's been going on behind me, but I'm gonna take you around like I usually do and talk you through the lot. What I do want to say is that it's not like 100% finished yet. There will be a lot of touch-ups that I haven't done yet, that will be done eventually, but it's the closest that it's going to get before furniture and the bigger items are being moved in, because I've already had a few of the bigger things moved in already, so it needs cleaning thoroughly. You'll be able to see that on the floor particularly. There's lots of spots that I need to get on my hands and knees for. So yeah, but this is the closest it's gonna get, and like I said before, the biggest transformation I think to date. So stay tuned. Also, as I've just gone to go and film the living room, I've noticed that it's really dark at the moment. So this looks so cool with the spots on behind, but it's really dark. So the lighting isn't the best at the moment, hence why I am by the window. But I'll show you as best as I can, and hopefully it does it some kind of justice. So first of all, just remember what this room looked like before on the last video, and I'll talk you through what I've done since. So as I said, there's loads of spots and things, and these need to be moved and stuff, but just bear with me because I'm still, going through the motions. So this is the overall picture of my living room and kitchenette. So we'll start over here. Look at this. This is my tripod that I've just been using to film on. So these are shelving brackets. They're copper kind of finish. As we know, I'm into the copper kind of detail in this little room at the moment. So I can't quite decide how many shelves I'm going to have on this wall, because I also want to put some in the kitchen too. Since the last video, I decided to paint the whole of the chimney breast black, and I cannot believe what this has done to the room. I don't know if it's translated on camera as much as it is in real life, but this wall just feels more full now, and of course I have electric sockets because this is where the TV is going to go, so the black for me is just going to hide that black box that we all have on our wall at home from the TV. So that's that. I also have my fire uncovered as well. This wall needs to be cleaned, as you can see, or another coat of paint probably. But this is my little fire, and it's wired in. You can see the wire here. It goes up through this little cavity up here and then straight into the electric box, this little socket here. So as we move along, I've decided to paint the little beam that bridges the living room and the kitchen, simply because when it was white, it felt very, very white. And of course, it's obvious here how my black and white kind of theme, it just fit really, really well. And as soon as I did it, it just transformed the space completely for me. So I'm really happy with that. I've just shoved all of my like letters and my bag out of the way so they're not on display. But this little unit won't be with drawers. My drawers are going to be moved to this one over here, but we'll talk about that shortly. So this little unit I got online from Amazon, like a lot of the things, and I'm going to just be putting a lot of ornaments and picture frames and things on here, I think. My breakfast bar. So this is what the finished product looks like with my tiling, the peel and stick tiling that I did last time, paired with my little hairpin breakfast bar stools. I don't know what happened here. My electric socket has just decided it doesn't want to be on the wall anymore, so I'll have to sort that out. But what do we think? I think the colour complements the room really, really well, and it's everything that I wanted it to be in terms of, you know, like a highlight or a feature of the room, and I think it pairs really nicely with obviously the copper accents that I have throughout. So over here, I got, let me put them down so you can actually see. Okay, so I know this looks a little bit odd at the moment, but I'm sure when everything is in, this will look slightly better. But I decided to put my curtains in early. This is gonna have to do as a tripod because I don't want to sit here and hold the camera for ages while I tell you what happened. So I decided to put my curtains in earlier before everything was done because I got a note through the door, like a handwritten note off, I hope, a really lovely couple. And I was just taken aback when this kind of happened. It's nothing like a big deal, but you know, it just kind of made me wary about who's here while I'm not around. Because this house is about 30 minutes from my current living house, so I obviously can't be here all the time. I'm not living in the property at the moment, so it just kind of made me aware of safety more than anything. So I got a handwritten note through my door, and when I came here, I presume, you know, the days after it was delivered, basically it was a young couple with a family of five, or they were a family of five, looking for a property to rent. They were offering £800 per month with a deposit. They were working and whatever else, but they wanted to move as soon as possible. But they said, we've noticed that your house is empty and wondered if you would consider renters. So I absolutely would consider renters, not in this house obviously because I've renovated it for me to live in, to get out of my rental, but long-term plan, absolutely I'm down for rental. I already have a rental property as well, so it fits with my scheme of my grand plans. But it just made me really cautious that I am new to the area here where I'm living, or going to be living, in North Wales, and of course I'm not here all the time, so it made me wonder, I guess, people are obviously noticing that this property is empty, and would it make it more prone to, you know, people stealing or breaking in or something bad happening? And we've already learned, I've got house insurance, that isn't the big deal, but if anything, you know, I want to avoid any situations from occurring where possible. So I put the curtains up in hopes that people wouldn't be staring through my empty window anymore. So my plan for this, the curtains are actually really nice. I got them both from B&Q. The middle white one, I'm going to get another one of these so I can pull them both shut, because at the moment, because of the rail at the top, you can only pull it together, which means it's stuck in the middle. So I'm going to get another one to go either side of the middle bracket, which is there at the moment, and then have the two black ones on either side. But with this, I actually got the the curtain pole rail and the brackets, they were already in the house when I got it, but they were silver. So when I decided I was going to have my copper accents and things, I just sprayed it with the same paint that I used on my kitchen handles and let it dry, and it's just been sat there waiting to go up for a while, so it's up. One thing I will say that I haven't quite figured this out yet is down here, the radiator. I have had so many problems with this hole. Basically, the pipe that the plumber has supposed to have put into the wall hasn't gone into the wall flush, so it couldn't be plastered over, which is really annoying, considering now everything with the plastering has been done. But the plasterer did tell me to just put a piece of like skirting board over the top, so I'm gonna have a think and see if I can figure out a way to cover the bloody hole. But that's that essentially. So kitchen. So the news is obviously that now I have a worktop which is free of shit and tools, but I've also done my tiling. I know people are going to be angry at this little gap. That is the least of my problems at this moment in time. But I've done the tiling and siliconed and made it all nice and waterproof all the way around the edge of the worktop. I also decided, excuse this mess, this was on the floor earlier. I'll explain in a second. My dishwasher, I decided I'm gonna have a dishwasher because when I went to Sweden in January, there was a dishwasher in the house, and game changer, especially like a family that you have to cook for. So dishwasher was a must-have after that point, and I'm not mad. It looks like an eyesore at the moment, but what I need to do is just cut the cupboard where you saw the cupboard hangs over, move the handle, and then put like a fake drawer on the top part. In terms of kitchen as well, I still have to touch up where the navy spray has scratched a little bit and where there's other marks and stuff on there. But on the whole, I'm really liking it. I think it looks good. Over here, where my boiler is, so this will be hidden, but it's one of the latter priorities at this moment in time, because I can't do it myself. I'm not going to try and do it, but my granddad has said he's going to be a gem and help me put a bit of a cupboard over this, so it's less of an eyesore, which is basically all this material here is to do that. So yeah, this is the mess, which is the kitchen at the moment. So again, I decided to tile the windowsill as well, but everything is looking fairly, well, much better than what it did previously. This is basically all the stuff that came off this cupboard to fit in the dishwasher, and obviously the drawer that was here too. My fridge things that need to be cleaned, and then other bits of stuff like this basket that I've picked up for free. So looking this way, we have a fridge. So I had an absolute steal with this fridge. So this was my childhood fridge, and it was in a garage for ages. So basically cleaned it, brought it up here in a van, and now it's here. Just really exciting because obviously I've saved like £400, £500, £600, £700 on not having to buy a fridge. So even if it only lasts me a couple of months or a year, touch wood it doesn't, or it lasts longer, then it's a win-win. So I know you guys have already seen the bathroom finished. Basically, the only thing I have done since is put these shelves up. So the door still needs to go on and the skirting board needs to be fitted properly. But these are the little shelves. I bought these bits from B&M just because I felt like in here it was very bold colours and I wanted something to kind of break that up. So I know that the wood shelf and the wood or the bamboo accents aren't the same colour or shade of wood, but it'll do for now, and it's just something to kind of break it up more than anything. But I've never had one of these, so I'm really excited to get in the bath at some point. Okay, stair-wise, I did share a little sneak peek of my stairs on Instagram, so you should follow me on there if you haven't already. These aren't done yet, and basically the reason being, I haven't completed the stairs yet because I wanted to have a stair runner all the way down with the pole pins to set them in place. And I went to the carpet shop and they quoted me, even for a cheap carpet, the cheapest one that they had, it was going to be £800 to £1,000. And I'm sorry, but I have zero budget left in this whole project. And there's absolutely no way that I can spend that much on a stair runner for a carpet just for the sake of covering the stairs and having a soft cushiony landing when you're coming up and down the stairs. So what I did was I used my brain and I went on Amazon and they have what they called, like the tread carpet tile kind of thing. So I've got them on order and they were £3.52 per tread and I have 11 steps. So you do the math in how much I'd be saving compared to the carpet shop. Immense. So as we go upstairs, I haven't cleaned up here yet, so do apologise. Here we have what will be my bedroom. And from this angle, the floor is in, the bed is up. All I need to do is, there's a little bit of skirting that I need to finish off. But this is it. This is where the magic will happen. So I know it looks really sparse at the minute, but my plan is to have my wardrobe along this wall. I didn't think about the electric plug socket there. But we move, wardrobe will be on this side. I'm going to get some cupboards and things for this little corner. And then on this side, I think I'm going to have my dressing table here because the light is quite good from the front of the house. So that's it pretty much. It's the same black and white theme throughout the house to try and make it slightly consistent, and my wood accents too. I only have one bedside table at the moment because the other one is at my other house. I've brought these from my old house. I'm going to sit down to give myself a break. But yeah, basically, these have come from my old house. So I only have one at the moment, but these were actually from my childhood bedroom when we redid my room when I was like maybe 13. No, probably younger. I was probably about 11 when we did my childhood room, and it was pink, obviously, with, I had this silver and pink wallpaper, absolutely stunning, but it was like a proper Barbie pink. And I had some bedside tables, which were these. My granddad made them for me, but they still go perfectly with my changing interior design preferences. So here they are. And as well, I am obsessed that this kind of grey, like charcoal-y, don't know what you call this charcoal kind of shine, I don't know what it is, on the knob is the same as the light switches and also the plug sockets. My storage is playing games with me today, so hopefully I can get this finished before it bleeps at me again. So I'm not going to show you the second bedroom because all that's been done in there is the plug sockets have been added and the floor has been done, but it is a literal bomb site in there at the moment, so there's literally no point showing you because you can't see anything. But I've got less than a month now to get everything in, because I've given in my notice from my old house, and it's just that move-in process now that's going to be coming up, and I've been really unexpectedly obviously excited, but unexpectedly emotional. Like yesterday, I sold my dining room table at my house currently through Facebook Marketplace, and I bawled my eyes out afterwards, because that house has been with us for years. Like, even in my childhood house, it was there, and obviously my mum got a new one, and then I ended up with that one for the meantime, and it's just had so many nice memories. And I love that table anyway, because it's absolutely stunning. It's like a wood, oh, I don't know, it's got loads of shades of the wood, and it's varnished, and it's just beautiful. And it's a round table, and they're just so much better than square or rectangle tables anyway. But I've just been really unexpectedly emotional. Like, I thought I would be really like, get me out of here, kind of, get me out of the rental. But because we've been there for like 5 years or so, it's just a lot to kind of process, and I didn't expect for that at all. But I'm just trying to think of what I've told you since last time, in terms of contractors and things, because obviously that's ended now quite a while ago. So the roof is done. I actually haven't been up to see from the inside, because I had some skylights put in, because I'm going to be doing that room later on in the future when finances isn't an issue, and also when I have the time and effort to think about what I'm going to do up there. So I haven't thought about what is going to happen up there yet, other than it being done. So it's done, and I also had to have some LED flashing on the back of the house, because there was a little leak there too. That one, to be honest, the whole of the roof scenario was the thing that floored me, because I had enough money to do everything without any hiccups, and that was the hiccup that broke the camel's back, because I didn't plan for any kind of hiccup in this journey in terms of financials. I thought that the structure of the building was fine and the roof was fine, and it turns out it was completely the opposite of what everybody expected or thought. So that was my biggest issue, especially with the price tag. It was a lot of money that went to that. And I wondered if you guys would want a future video of me breaking down actually everything that I have spent. I mean, the valuation when everything is done, and that includes like the garden and the attic too. But I was wondering whether it would be helpful for people, for me to do a breakdown of what I've spent, because this is only a small house. It's a little 2-bedroom terrace with a little garden at the back, and I feel like I've spent everything. I have spent everything I own on this property. So I wondered if it would be helpful for people who are first-time buyers, or, people who are buying property to maybe renovate and then sell or rent on and things like that. So let me know in the comments if that would be helpful for you. But I'd be quite keen to do that, to actually see how much I have spent. So yeah, I think that's everything at the moment. My future plans is obviously to kind of tidy up the bits that I've shown you today. The loft I want to convert into another room, hence why I put the skylights in. The garden will be the project for the spring/summer. I'm hoping to have a garden for the summertime. And the best part is that my neighbours have recently had their fence done, which means I have also had half of my fence done for free, which is the best part, because I just inherited a fence for free. So yeah, garden in the spring/summer, the attic in the future to come when I've settled and obviously moved and things and everything is in. So the next month, less than a month, is going to be hectic with lots of finishing touches and moving, getting big furniture like my sofa and things as well. And yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed today in terms of a bit of an update. I feel like it was due, and I was also getting requests to film, and I'm glad that I did, because when I saw my last, I rewatched the last video today, and it's been a massive change, hasn't it? So let me know what you think, and if you would have done anything different in what I have done, or if you have any tips or tricks, please share them with me, because I'm really open to hear what you guys think and your experience as well, of your own home journeys. So looking forward to seeing you in the next one. I always really appreciate the love that I get from you all. So speak soon. Bye.